الأولى مين أخذ الصورة مين جاي
So Melie, can you start by introducing yourself so we understand why you're here today?
Sure. My name is Melie Pemberton. I'm one of the co-founders of an organisation called Wing Women Lebanon. And through this organisation, we support the livelihoods of women from vulnerable or disadvantaged communities. And we do this through the production of reusable period pads and reusable diapers. And we then distribute them through various NGO partners so that they reach the people that need them the most. Perfect. Oh, I can show you them. This is our period pad.
Love!
Works just like a disposable one, but it has a popper so you can wash it and use it again 2.5 to 3 years. And then these are our diapers, less relevant for today, but just kind of cute.
Very cute, yes. When did you start the diapers? Like, was it midway through Wing Woman?
Yeah, so we definitely focused on period poverty first.
Yes.
And then actually it was through a menstrual health awareness session. So on doing a few distributions, we realized the absolute need for knowledge around menstruation, but also about, you know, this is a product that requires behavior change. It requires people to change their mindset, to change how they behave. And so we realized that we actually need to provide awareness sessions about the pads too. So we kind of did a double whammy on providing period education and also being able to explain about how to wash and use our pads and answer any questions about the challenges that people might face and just, you know, the frequently asked questions that people want to ask. And it was in one of these sessions that we met this lovely woman, Marie, and she said that she thought our pads were a great idea. And did we have anything similar that she could use for her child? Because she then went on to tell us that she was currently using disposable diapers, washing them and then putting them back onto her child, which just, you know, it then went away and we were reflecting about not only how this would feel as a parent, you know, the dignity of it all and just, you know, the feeling that if you couldn't provide that, but also the health implications for her child.
Of course.
And we realized it just aligned with everything we do. And it seemed, you know, why would we not do that? You know,
yeah.
It actually enables us to provide more decent work opportunities for women in Lebanon. Obviously increases the amount of waste that we can use in the environment. And, you know, it's just another essential item that we can increase access to. So yeah, that is why we started the diapers.
Love it, love it. Like personally, until now, I chose to stick with period poverty, but I totally understand it because like periods and childcare, in a way, it comes hand in hand and it cannot be separated because you're dealing with so many young women and mothers from all ages. So I get the question all the time. So I really understand how you got there. And it's such a poignant story, really. Like even let alone the dignity and how much she was in need to do that and how many people are doing that or substitutes without us knowing. Like I do not understand the physics behind washing a cotton disposable pad and being able to use it. So I just can imagine the risk, how risky it was.
Yeah, and I
love to see Wing Woman growing.
Oh, thank you. And I think just one last point on that. I think, you know, a big selling point for our products to people that makes them want to use them is that they are so cost effective, and actually the diapers even more so than the pads. They save families so much money. I think just a quick stat is a child in its lifetime of using diapers will need about 6,000 diapers. And that, you know, if you buy the cheapest, lowest quality brand, it's about 800, which is just huge.
It's a lot. Yeah. Love it. And I see the products definitely are getting better and better and prettier. It's a new design, no?
Oh, we just, we always find new patterned fabrics. We got lots of different styles.
So cute. And also I'm waiting شو اسمه to get the feedback from all the women when we got the pads from you, and they were so excited, and I was really big on getting the women who really wanted to try it. So let's see, I cannot wait. I did not get to get their feedback yet.
Yeah, please.
But it was so nice. It was so nice, like the smell, the packaging, the whole thing. يعني, comparing that to when we first met, like in 2021, how it was, it's such a lovely progress. So going woman, yay. And this is a little bit about how we met. It was a first project back in 2021, I guess summer. We were touring Lebanon, and I was distributing disposables for Jeyetik, and you were obviously distributing reusable pads. And we connected since then. By the way, George says hi.
Oh, hi, George.
Yes. He's now in Italy.
Oh, he was a big period ally. We liked him.
Yes, for sure. Especially among his male friends. Yay. Yeah. Melie, I want to get a bit personal because I really care about the person behind it. Can I ask you, how did you live your periods, like your first period and now? Would you like to share that?
My God, you know, I just thinking about this in the context that we're working in, I think it's just a story of complete privilege. You know, it's not something I'd considered that people don't have access to. And I think that's what's driven me in a way, was realizing how lucky I'd been not to really have to think about that. That was not something that was a challenge to me. And then, you know, add on top of that, you know, there's periods are definitely stigmatized in the UK, but I think not quite to the extent that they are here. So not being able to access a product and then it being incredibly stigmatized, you know, I can't really imagine how that is.
Yeah.
But it really drives me to try to make sure that no woman has to feel that or fear that. It's, you know, and I think the more we have these conversations with people, we realize, you know, it doesn't take a lot to make people realize that this is something really normal. And people are often like, God, yeah, why do we not talk about that? It's not an insurmountable problem. I'm really inspired by the awareness sessions that our women give in the change that you see just within those sessions. Sorry, it's slightly gone off what the question was. But in terms of my period, maybe I shouldn't admit this, but I'm not a pad user. I appreciate they're incredibly culturally sensitive here. I actually didn't have my periods for quite a while, and I've recently got them back, and I've tried using the moon cup, the menstrual cup, and I'm just blown away. You know, I appreciate it's not necessarily culturally sensitive here, but we've sent pads to Gazza recently, and we've spent a lot of time thinking, like, is it the right thing to do? Do people have access to water? We've sent them in hope that they will be distributed at a time when they're really needed. If the situation improves somewhat and they get access to water and they can use them, we just hope they're distributed at a relevant time. But as I was trying the moon cup again for the first time, I was just like, this is a solution. Like, if you can persuade people to use them, it doesn't need a lot of water. You don't need to wash it. You put it in and you can forget about it for the day. Like, I really, I probably shouldn't be here promoting it quite so strongly given what we do. But
no, do you?
I think, and I appreciate it's not suitable for everyone, but it is a solution. Like, it really, I've spent a lot of time thinking and feeling incredibly sort of compassionate to the people in Gaza and what on earth they're doing. Like, there really is such a limit of resources. I just can't even imagine the adaptations people are having to make. And if they could have access to this moon cup, I think it'd be completely life-changing. Hopefully the pads at some point will come in use and people will be able to accept using them probably a bit more easily than the cup. But that's my period story.
Love it. But definitely best to like wrap up this part, because you also mentioned Gazza, and I wanted to ask you about that, because if you can explain how personally you got the donations there. Was it through a third party? Did you connect with someone there? Can you just tell us briefly how you got your donations there?
We had an incredibly generous donation given to us by CG Fund, which is a Lebanese fund.
Okay.
Just equally desperate to support and offer some form of help. And then we managed to send them to Fabric Aid, who were organizing the shipments to Gaza. And then, you know, we've left it with them to distribute at the other end. I think it was through Inera that they'll be distributed, or Anera. Always forget.
Good.
Sorry.
Good. Of course, we send all our prayers to all our families in Gaza, and hopefully the war will end very soon and justice will come to light. That's all we can say. Drawing back to your period journey, definitely it's your call, not only your call and your opinion and your body, but it's also our job, being part of period poverty, to tell people about different products that are in the market today. And it's up to them to choose. So for the cup, definitely it's one way, or for some people, if they will be open to try it. And if not, I always like to remind people that period poverty does not end by like providing one product that we deem as the right one. Period poverty ends when everyone has access to every single product they need throughout their life and throughout each menstrual cycle.
Yeah, and I would add to that it's also access to the knowledge, access to a safe space to change it, like a hygienic place. You know, it goes far beyond also just the financial access to products.
For sure. Melie, how do you, you know, what's the one challenge maybe you face today as the co-founder of Wing Woman?
Oh God, where do we start? We start? The challenge.
And let me add one sub-question so you answer at once. And how do you feel as a woman from the UK coming and doing this project in Lebanon in 2024?
Interesting question.
Yeah.
I think one of the challenges we continue to face is promoting the benefits of a product like this. You know, obviously we're completely biased. We do this because we really believe in the idea, and we've worked with it for a while. We know the financial savings. I'm passionate about the environment. We know that it's also supporting livelihoods for women. But in terms of using it, once you've got this product, you know, you have access to something, at least something to use for the next two and a half to 3 years. And, you know, in studies that we've done, we found, you know, this greatly reduces stress. This is something that comes up time and time again, is the mental health aspect of having access to these products. So trying to convince not only the end user that this is a good idea, but actually the NGOs. So because the way that we maintain our financial sustainability is that we actually sell our products to NGOs and individuals a little bit, but mainly NGOs, because we also want to get to the people that need them the most. And that means, yeah, we not only have to convince the end user, but also the NGOs. And sometimes we say, oh, do you think the people you support would be interested in this product? And they say, oh, no, I don't think so. Sorry. Or they say, let me ask the women. And if you just go and ask them and say, are you interested in a reusable pad? You know, we are fully aware that people go, no, that is disgusting. Absolutely not. Like, it takes a conversation. It takes an explanation for people to appreciate the benefits, realize how much money they can save, to kind of invest and be involved in such a product and try it. Because, you know, we run these awareness sessions, and at the beginning we say, who would use a reusable pad? And almost every single person, every single time goes, oh no, that's disgusting. And then it's by the end of the session. Yeah, because it's so new. It's such a new concept. You know, when I told my aunt back home that this is what I was doing, she was like, oh, gross. Why are you doing that? And now she gets it. You know, she's like, this is a really great idea. It's actually something that's really needed. So I think it just takes time for people to realize, and education, always education. So yeah, I think that's probably the ongoing challenge that we have.
Yeah.
And then as a white woman in Lebanon, I would say this is something I've given a lot of thought to, because I mean, the fact that you even asked the question is a hint that it should be something that needs to be considered.
Maybe, yeah.
I think, I mean, the sad reality is that being a white woman gets you more respect possibly than the lovely, say, Syrian women that I work with, or the migrant women that I work with, you know. And I think what I've realized is it means that I have a role to play in being here. You know, the dream is that we will get this organization set up and then it can be handed over and people in Lebanon can run this for themselves. But I do appreciate the privilege I have of being in this position, which is not a comfortable position to be in. You know, I constantly feel uncomfortable at having been listened to in certain situations, because you know, it sometimes feels unearned and whatever, but I think it does mean that I have a role.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's something I've spent a lot of time thinking about and feeling quite uncomfortable with.
I know for a fact. That's why I wanted to, and I'm sure it was a big point, and it was changing and fluctuating and affecting your personal decisions on if you want to stay here, if you want to go. Like, these things happen, but I know that inside of you, you chose to stay, and you chose to use that this perception of people and this whatever maybe stigma or privilege, to use it for the advantage of other women. And we know that you're good intentioned and at heart, and you're doing it really for the people here, whether they're Lebanese, Syrian, Palestinian. You're providing a beautiful job opportunities from women for women, and creating this beautiful community, really. Because at the end of the day, you are providing job opportunities in the middle of like 85% unemployment rate, which is amazing. And these women love what they do, and they just find their voice. And when you see them and when we meet them and the awareness sessions, like, they are fully autonomous. They have their job, their tasks, their personalities. And I just love seeing that. So that was really, really good.
Thank you.
Beth, I wanted to add, I was really surprised that you said that some women were like shocked about the panties, because in my personal experience, I don't know if you were talking about Lebanon or in the UK, because you mentioned your aunt, but from my experience being on the ground, I got mainly two opinions. One, which is, this is so similar to what our grandmas used to do, because they used to do it at home. So it felt a bit familiar. And the second opinion was definitely a consequence of the economic crisis, which is, this will take extra time for me as a mother. This will take more effort. This will even take someone literally calculated how much laundry they will use more to be able to clean the panties. And side note, you do provide a soap with it, but eventually, of course, they're gonna need to clean it themselves with their own products. So there's both cases. And again, I reached out and got some pads from you, because women asked for it, because they wanted to try it. There was an actual interest for
yes. You know what, maybe that's also changing a bit. That was definitely the way at the beginning, but I think people are starting to hear more about this concept and the idea that maybe it is becoming more acceptable. I actually haven't attended an awareness session for a while, so that is a reflection of my lack of up-to-date knowledge, probably, hopefully.
But yes, but you have so many things to do. People don't know how much it takes to run this. It takes a lot. I love it. I feel like we went over everything so smoothly. Oh, I think I'm pretty done by my side. I don't know if you want to ask something or add something. I still have like two fun points. First off, there's a social worker from the UK. She just connected with me 2 days ago, and we had a call yesterday. She's so sweet. She's from Greece, and she's living in the UK. There was actually some kind of event for Gaza, and someone was sharing like references, I guess, in Lebanon and in the region. And since then, she connected with Jeyetik online. So it really spoke to her, the initiative, and she wants to do something with period poverty here. So she was saying, maybe we do. This is turning into a meeting / reality TV. This is my life.
Keep going, I'm loving it.
So she wants to do something there to be able to provide us funds. So she was thinking maybe she can do like a Greek dancing class or something like that. But she definitely needs help. I guess she's in Cambridge. So I don't know if you have any reference back in the UK that we can all connect. It would be great.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. So that was cool. And lastly, to end it on a fun note, I saw you were in Becca building the organic house.
So good.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Have you been there?
No, but I wanted to go. The first workshop he did, I don't know if that's the one you showed up to, but I guess I had a concert also that night, so I couldn't do Becca and Beirut. But it's building Baladi, right?
Yeah, exactly, at West Valley. It's amazing. They've built the most incredible houses. It was this like eco-building course session.
Yeah.
And just learning how you can actually make a house from the earth that you are building it on is amazing. Like, there were so many cool things that I learned that day. I really recommend people going.
Love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a cool fact that I learned. Oh God, it's all just in my mind, but it was very cool.
Yes, but being self-reliant is the coolest thing ever. And again, it aligns.
It's like free resources to build your house. Almost. There were a few things you had to buy, but
yeah. We're just going into that phase right now after the economic crisis, that we realize that, actually, I can grow my own food, and actually buying my food from the supermarket could be a very bad thing, being dependent and being a consumer in all of your life. And I think this is also the same philosophy and belief in a reusable pad. It's being just self-reliant and as friendly to humans and nature and every being as possible. So that was beautiful. Are you going again? Maybe we do it together.
I don't have any plans to, but yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Yay!
Cool. Right, I might have to leave you.
Yes, I hope we didn't take extra time.
No, don't mind.
Yeah, okay. I think we're in.
Thank you so much for having me. What a treat.
Thank you, Melie. It was a pleasure.
We'll see you soon.
Yes, for sure. I kiss you and take care.
Oh, bye.